We're learning more about Thursday night's fatal train accident in Delta Township, including this not being the first time someone tried to outrun a train after the gate went down. Accident reports from the Federal Railroad Administration show less than a year ago, a driver went around a semi-truck waiting at that same gate and was hit by a train. That driver was okay and left the scene before cops arrived. A similar situation happened in 2003 when a semi-driver tried to outrun a train at that same spot. And in 2002, a man tried to get around the gates, changed his mind, and thought about backing up, but was too late to avoid being hit. There were 4 other accidents in 1989, 1984, 1977, and in 75, but the FRA's records do not provide any details. Thursday's accident near the Millet-Lansing Road intersection was the first fatality at the crossing. And as Hannah Saunders reports, the darkness made it difficult to tell just how fast that train was moving.
That's when 39-year-old Hermes Fernandez Lopez of Lansing took the risk that ended his life.
The gates were functioning, the lights were flashing, and the driver went around the gates and crossed in front of the train.
His coworker tells us he was on the way to work the late shift at this Meyer warehouse, located only a block from the crossing, not wanting to wait for the approaching 8-car, 2-locomotive train to pass.
They always look like they're going slower than they are. And so you may think you have enough time to get across the tracks and beat it, but quite often this is what happens when people try to do that.
None of the 120 people aboard the train were seriously injured, and after a few minor repairs to the engine, the train was back on its way early this morning. All other trains have passed through as scheduled. Besides some leftover shattered glass, there are no longer any signs at the site that there was even an accident at all. But Lieutenant Campbell says that last night's damage was severe and the car was nearly unrecognizable.
Very, very heavy damage, and it was still at the front of the train. It just got pushed straight down the tracks. It takes them a very, very long distance to stop.
In this case, about a half a mile.
It is extremely dangerous to go around the gates and the flashing lights.
He doubts alcohol or drugs played a role in this accident, but the toxicology tests are still being ran. In Delta Township, Hannah Saunders, Fox 47 News.
Amtrak tells us this train was going within the 95-mile-an-hour speed limit, but wouldn't say exactly how fast it was moving. This is one of the tracks MDOT hopes to bump up to 110 miles an hour very soon.